they're working on the bumps, and then boys are working on the arms and abs and stuff. So like they're all trying to like
impress.
They're all trying to get this perfect body that they think everyone needs, but it's actually
Photoshop or fake or social media.
Right, yeah. And that's something I think we probably all want to talk about a bit, is social media and the impact that has on the way that we see ourselves.
You'll see like a Kardashian or like the big people, and they'll say like, I'm all natural or something, and if you look at pictures from when like, not when they're younger, because you know like puberty and everything.
Of course.
So like you can just tell that they've had something done, like either a major or a little thing, and it's just different. Like that's not natural, and people actually think that that's natural and normal to be that slim and have looks like you have no ribs. When I just
almost like if they work out every day and if they go on these diets and do all of these different things, they'll be able to achieve
that body.
Right. When the reality is, you know, Kardashians, like they're all individual people who can do whatever they want to their bodies, and they have like personal trainers and all the expensive stuff to help them get there and the time to do it. Whereas I guess when I think about working out, I'm like, I don't have time to work out every day. There's too much going on. But where have you guys felt like that pressure for yourselves as well?
Yeah, I've been bullied like since I was young, and I've been called like loads of different horrible names, and it's made me look at myself, and when I like post on social media, I'd be like, how am I meant to do that? As like, what do other people think of me? And that just goes through my head every time, and I shouldn't be thinking that. Like I should be thinking, I'm beautiful, I'm God's creation, He made me, and if I call myself ugly, I'm calling His perfect creation like a disgrace when He made me perfect, fearfully and wonderfully made.
Oh, she's preaching.
Come on.
I just,
So good. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's hard hitting, right? Like as Christians, like we don't want to dishonour God, but when we do look at ourselves and almost disrespect ourselves, like that's so hurtful to God, because He doesn't see that in us. Like He sees that we're amazing and that we're these masterpieces, like you were saying. So yeah, no, that's amazing. Okay, so Shaina, when you were bullied when you were younger, I'd love to know just, you know, how did that make you feel? Because there's going to be a bunch of young people watching this that could probably relate to how you felt. But equally, you can, you know, tell them that hope that there is light at the end of that tunnel and there is a way out of those feelings. So, yeah.
Yeah, at the time I was hearing all these bad things, and it's like every day, like constant, like just bad vibes. Like, you know, I'd be called like the worst names and everything, and I just wanted to cry. Like in school, I would go to the toilet and like I would just cry. Like that sounds bad, but it's just how it is.
Yeah.
And I just felt like all my friends, I could say, oh yeah, I'm sad, and they'd just be like, oh yeah, me too. And like they didn't really ask, are you okay?
Yeah.
I just felt like in school, it was a different feeling to when I was at home. Like I would have my mum like, are you okay? And I could like express how I felt, and I feel like family is so important. And so I have like good like sisters, siblings, so you can like relate. But in school, I just felt like I could only be like this certain person, and now I go to school and myself. I don't wear makeup, but it's not because I don't make an effort. I just feel that comfortable in my skin.
Yeah.
And like if you told me when I was like in year 7, you're not gonna wear makeup, you're not gonna be who you are, who you're called to be, I'd be like, no, like cover up and everything. Yeah. But I just feel like God has encouraged me to be myself and surround me with the right type of people to make me feel that way, and like not to put me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's probably what you want people to take away from that, right? That one, you can, I think something that I wish I was told in school is that one, you can choose your friends. Yeah. That, you know, if you're around people that are negative and say horrible things to you, you don't have to stay around it. You can choose out of those friendships and choose better people who are going to, you know, lift you up and make you feel better when you feel sad. But
at the time, I was with those people, and because of the certain classes I went to, I felt like I couldn't get away from it. I felt like I was trapped, like, with all these people, and that was not the best influence. That didn't make me be me, like show myself. And I felt like I was always playing up and everything. I was like, just to be the cool kids, and it's just, that's not who I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
And
what do you think about this? So, obviously in the Bible, God talks to Samuel about how people look at outward appearance, but God looks at the heart.
Yeah.
Like, how does that kind of resonate for you guys?
I actually read that the other day.
No way!
Yeah. Because, yeah, it's really good because I feel like we're always trying to please other people, and that's another verse in the Bible about how we're not trying to please people but
Yeah.
God. But we always think that we're going to be judged by how we look, but when God actually looks at the inside, and like people can have like, they could be really pretty and good looking and stuff like that, but they can have an ugly heart.
Yeah, and like that in itself is really unattractive, isn't it, in a way? But like, what are certain things that helps you when it comes to that? So how do you kind of refocus your mind onto like your heart and where you're at with God, rather than focusing on outward appearances and things going on around us?
sometimes I feel like it's better to surround yourself with people that can be like, that's not what God says about you. Like, you need to focus back and like reconnect with God. Like, he would never call you that or say something like that. He loves you and you're a child of God. Like, that's what you are to him.
Yeah, because actually in Firestarters, I think it was like 2 years ago or something, they gave out these verses about who you are and who God says you are. And like when I feel down, I go back to those verses, like saying how God,
The list of it.
yeah,
that's so
you're
cool.
a jewel of His eye, and you're His child, and like all these things that God says that you are, and like it's nice to go back to who God says you are instead of what the world says you are.
Would you say you have more peace now?
Yeah, and at the start I would kind of look in the mirror and I would cry, and then I would like try and stop myself and just like, I like hear God speaking to me and be like, you need to like stop because that's not how I see you. You're, I wouldn't say angel, but like, you're my child.
Yeah.
And then I would like reconnect with Firestarters and like at the time I was with PCY, and just surrounding myself with people and like family members, and like when like you'd see me down or something, you just come and speak to me, and even if it's just caring, like that helps.
Yeah.
And that like got me through it, to overcome it. Like I'll still have days when I'm just like, ew. Then I just like have to focus back to that mindset of how God sees me.
Yeah, so good, I love that. So, if you guys could speak to your younger selves, your mini yous, what advice would you give to those girls to help them get through all these pressures and just to encourage them how to actually look at themselves?
You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to be different. You're unique. God has given you unique talents and unique gifts, and yeah, you're supposed to be you and no one else.
Yes, so good. Love that.
I feel like, yeah, just to be yourself and be as crazy as you want to be. Like, don't care what other people think, or you can post whatever on social media and express yourself. Do what you love, and surround yourself with good people. So
yes, I love that. I think that's a big one. Surround yourself with good people.
yeah, loving people that actually love you for you and not for who you're trying to be or anything.
Yeah, totally. And generally, I guess if we're talking to young people who are walking with God and want to know more about God, to just read up about what He says about you in the Bible, that you're a masterpiece, that that you are created in His image and you're amazing just the way you are. So yeah, I think that's definitely a great roundup for sure.